Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I'm here at Costco and I'm gonna show you everything I buy to meal prep for weight loss. So come on, let's go. Okay, now starting off with our first meal prep option. I know these are already cooked, but hear me out. With sausages, one of the things that I love to make is like a breakfast hash. So I do like the sausage and veggies, zucchini, mushrooms. Like I just make an entire hash without the potatoes because it's more of like a veggie hash. And so what the sausage does is adds the protein. And I feel like it adds a lot of flavor. And this is also a really great option for meal prepping because this does take a little longer to make in the morning. So to already have it prepped, it just makes it a great breakfast option. Okay, now I'm a cheese lover and we have the fresh mozzarella. I feel like these are really good if you make like little baby snack boxes. They also have these Kerrygold little cheddar cheese snacks. And this is kind of like what I'm talking about. It's just like a little bit of meat and cheese, but I like to make my own. The reason why I like to make my own is because I like to add like some little cucumbers or olives. Like I like to add more to it. And I love adding like a crunchy component, like some almonds. So I get more healthy fats. I get kind of like, it's also more budget friendly because everything that you make on your own is always gonna be less expensive, but I love adding cheese. So I'm also showing you some snacks that you're gonna find here that are like meal prep friendly. So these are just more like easier options for like that snack time during the day. Okay, so this is one of the biggest reasons why I love buying like my protein for meal preps at Costco. You can find, this is ground beef. This entire thing is $48. It's literally 10 pounds of ground beef for $48. You can literally make, I don't know how many meals out of this, at least 10 like meals for like a family. But for meal prep, guys, you can literally like live off this thing for a month. Okay, so ground beef. Now, if you're like, okay, well, I don't want to have like conventional meat, they also have organic. So this is a good price for organic. It's 4 pounds of ground beef for $25. Ground beef, guys, you can make stir fries, you can make bulgogi, you can make obviously burgers, you can make, I'm trying to think of everything that I make with ground beef. I use ground beef for so many different things. If you want to go the Mexican route, you can make picadillo. You can make, like mix it with like bell peppers and onions and then do like a little side of veggies. And I mean, it's literally like one of the best protein options here at Costco and just in general, especially if you are trying to lose weight, you're trying to go back to basics. I talk about this in my meal plan. If you haven't picked up my meal plan and you are trying to lose weight or you're kind of lost in your weight loss journey, it's linked in the description below. I literally tell you exactly how to eat, what to buy, and ground beef is definitely one of them. So if you haven't picked it up, it's in the description below for you. But another thing that they have here that is also ground beef. Let's say you're like, okay, I don't want to buy the big log, right? 10 pounds. I don't want to buy the organic. They also just have a regular package of ground beef. So this one here is 6.5 pounds of ground beef. So you can find options, but the point is that ground beef is a great meal prep protein because it's inexpensive. It's less expensive than other beef options. And it is so, I mean, you could literally go Asian, you can go Mexican, you can go American, like you can go so many different directions and it's so nourishing. It's high in protein, it has healthy fats, and you get so many vitamins and minerals that you don't get from other foods that contain protein. Okay, and then we have our salmon. So we have both. I'm not gonna lie, I love me some farm salmon because it is so buttery, but we all know that salmon, a wild caught is always gonna be better for us. So I'm trying to get used to it because it is a lot leaner. Like you need to add more fat. So if you have a way of cooking, like a sockeye fresh salmon, please let me know. I usually just do a little bit of butter and some seasonings and I try to air fry it. Sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it comes out so dry, so I haven't perfected it yet, but in general, salmon is full of healthy fats. It is great for your skin, great for just like overall nutrients. It's super nutrient dense as well. Omegas, we already, all the things that salmon is already known for, but they're pretty comparable in price. They're actually the same exact price. So you can get a farm raised salmon for $12.99 a pound, or the wild caught sockeye salmon for $12.99 a pound. The thing about salmon, you can make a cauli mash with a side salad. You can do so many different things. You can actually just do like a really big salad and then top it with a slab of salmon. So salmon is, I feel like if you are on a weight loss journey and you're really trying to just kind of lock in, salmon is a great protein option as well. And at $12.99 a pound, it is not bad. All right, guys, I am sacrificing my body for you because it is freezing in here. But I'm gonna go with the green veggies that I usually always put into any type of like stir fry, into any type of like meal prep, or even if you're not meal prepping and you just wanna cook a healthy dinner for your family or for yourself. Okay, when I am locked in, I wanna see that scale move. I am going with asparagus, okay? Asparagus, your little butter, a little garlic. It's for me, it's one of my favorites. And then we have broccoli. I have a lot of recipes with broccoli, but one of my favorites to make with broccoli is like the Soup Plantation broccoli salad. It is sugar-free, it is low carb, it is so delicious. But broccoli is another veggie. I like to make like Alfredo with it. Instead of noodles, I use broccoli. These are all things that you can use for meal prepping as well, where you can literally make it all on a Sunday and then you have it for the week and you have delicious meals that you can make that are nourishing and high in protein, okay? So there you go with the broccoli. And I love that they have like all the green veggies here. Not everyone is a big fan of like green beans. I love green beans. I like when they're blistered and full of like garlic, and like I do like a little not soy sauce, tamari, to keep them gluten free. But these right here are delicious. And remember, all the green veggies, they are starch free. They're not starchy vegetables. They're lower in calories, lower in carbs. And at the end of the day, that's what you're looking for when you're really trying to lock in, okay? And then, of course, we got the squash. So the squash, you already know, you can make into calabacitas, you kind of dice them, throw them into a stir fry. What a lot of these veggies do is they add bulk, like they add bulk to your meals. And you want that because it also adds fiber and it adds taste, just so many. And then, of course, not to mention all the vitamins and minerals that we get from the veggies. But squash is also great for zoodles. So you can make zucchini noodles out of your squash, okay? So those are the green veggies. Peppers, I think you already know, but obviously I'm not gonna go through all the veggies. You already know, stay away from potato, from corn, from like even sweet potato, only when you're locking in, only until you start seeing that scale really move. And then that's when you can start incorporating other veggies and just see how it works for you, okay? Because you can't do what works for me for you. You have to find your way. But some peppers, you can make stuffed peppers, you can make fajitas, you can make so many different things. So that's pretty much it for the veggies. You already know mushrooms, what else? Cucumbers, you already know, like all the green veggies, non-starchy vegetables, use them for your meal prep, use them for your snacks. So another great thing for meal prepping, of course, you want to make breakfast meal prep. The eggs here at Costco are pasture raised, and they are $7.49 in comparison to like a local store that will sell for like $10 for a 12 pack. These are $24 for $7.49, so you get a good deal. But for eggs, you can also make egg salad. You can do hard-boiled eggs. And then, of course, you could do anything from a quiche to like a scramble to just an omelet. And all of these things are also great for meal prepping. So eggs is definitely something to pick up at Costco if you are going to be making a Costco run. And instead of picking up something like this, which of course, like, yes, these are always yummy. You have your Starbucks, you have we all know the Coffee Mate from back in the day. That is not what we are going to be doing, okay? We are not going to do. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to do something like this. And this is definitely bulk. We're either going to do a heavy cream or we're going to do a half and half. Either one will work. And you can mix this with an almond milk. You can mix it with a regular milk, like something that's low carb, and make your own creamer. It's gonna be sweetened with whatever you typically use. Allulose, monk fruit, maple syrup, add some vanilla, add some cinnamon, and you have your own creamer that doesn't have all of those gums and all of those additives. So if you wanna see my homemade creamer, like my homemade coffee creamer recipe, let me know and then I will share that with you. Maybe I can make like 3 creamers for you, like a vanilla, we can make like a brown sugar, and then maybe even kind of like a hazelnut or something. Let me know, comment down below, and then I will share that with you. If not, then you already know you can get your heavy cream and your half and half here and make your own at home. Okay, and I know we already talked about vegetables, but one thing that Costco also has is a great frozen vegetable selection. So these are great for like Asian stir fry, just literally from the bag. You don't have to cut it. It makes it so convenient. So this whole thing, 5.5 pounds of cut veggies, is $9.59. Yes, like all day long. They have a lot of different ones too. Like these are more sheet pan. I would probably stay away from these because they do have like sweet potato, which is gonna make them a little higher in carbs. 11 grams, so 8 grams of carbs per cup. It's higher than, like, let's say the others that are more like 3, in the 3 range. But I just want to show you, in case you're not familiar with them, they definitely do have like fire roasted. This one is definitely more low carb. It has mushrooms, the what do you call the little repollitos, Brussels sprouts, and then, you know, peppers and stuff like that. So these are great for, again, like if you want to make a veggie hash, instead of thinking like a hash brown with potatoes, you can definitely make it with vegetables, and it still like literally hits the spot, and it can get nice and crispy. Okay, so moving on to the yogurt. So this is actually one of my favorites. This is the A2 organic yogurt. I love this. It actually doesn't hurt my stomach, and I'm pretty sensitive to certain dairies. What I love about yogurt for like in terms of meal prepping is this one doesn't have as much protein. So I usually tend to go more for a Greek yogurt, but I love to make my desserts. So everything from parfaits. So like a yogurt parfait, I add in my berries. Top it with a little bit of granola, like a low carb granola that they have here at Costco as well. I love to do maybe like a bed of strawberries or a bed of blueberries or even raspberries. And then I mix some of this with a little bit of either stevia, with a little cinnamon, a little vanilla, give that a good mix, and then pour it on top and freeze it. And you have like a delicious dessert that tastes like ice cream, but you're still getting like a very nutritious treat with nothing but good for you ingredients. So on top of it just being like an easy meal prep idea, everything that I'm sharing with you today is also clean as a whistle. And so they're all good for you ingredients. So, you know, for me at this point in my life, I'm just looking for what is super nutritious, it's also clean, and it actually tastes good. So that's kind of where I'm at. But this one here is good. I'll show you these two just in case, which is just like their regular Greek yogurt. And so this one, look at, I just want to show you the protein. So it makes a big difference. This one here, it's 2/3 of a cup, 100 calories, but look at that protein, 18 grams of protein. Imagine you serve yourself like a little cup of yogurt. This is only 2/3 of a cup has 18. So imagine you serve yourself a full cup of yogurt, and then you top it with some fresh berries, and you could even go like a chocolatey peanut butter route. You can put a little bit of maple, a little bit of stevia, you do a drizzle of peanut butter, and then top it off with like some chocolate chips, and you have like a totally different dessert. So when it comes to yogurt, I feel like yogurt is a great option for meal prepping in the dessert, like in the dessert route. Okay, now if you don't want to spend a ton of time cooking your beef and cooking your chicken and cooking your fish, one thing that I like to do, this is like my lazy meal prep. I also love these cans. Okay, so this is chicken breast, and they're like really big. How many ounces? They are 12 ounces, and once they're drained, 7 ounces of chicken in one of these cans. So I like to make, you can make chicken taquitos, you can make a chicken salad, you can make different chicken meals that you would typically use like a shredded chicken, you can use these for. So it's just like, it makes it easier. Again, it makes your life easier when you are meal prepping and you're actually doing like different things, because sometimes like if you get down with your meal prep and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do my lunches and my dinners and my snacks, then you have a bunch of things going at the same time. This is where something like this could also just make your life a little easier in that meal prep time. Another thing, do you remember the Emily Mariko salmon bowls? Okay, I have definitely made them a few times with the salmon. They turn out just as good. Remember, the salmon in there is mixed in with mayo and sriracha, so you don't have to use like a super expensive salmon when this is already wild caught. So you're already having like a wild caught salmon. It's like literally, I'm telling you, it tastes the same. And look at, you literally just open it, toss it into your can, mix it in with your mayo, and you have like a really good lunch. So I haven't tried making something other than like the Emily Mariko salmon bowl, but this one's good. Then pair it with a little seaweed, and you have like a delicious lunch. And then of course we all know a good tuna salad. Tuna, you can make the tuna boats, you can make like all different types of like tuna salads that are super high in protein. Look at the protein on this. 33 grams of protein, 180 calories. That is amazing, and not to mention 0 carbs. So that's not gonna spike your insulin. It's not gonna keep you, you know, the reason why a lot of people stay away from foods that spike their insulin is because, one, when your insulin is spiked, you're not gonna be able to burn fat, okay? So until your insulin goes back down, you are not burning fat. Secondly, when your insulin is spiked, your glucose is spiked, you crave carbs. That's when you get like the munchies, where you want to do chips and you want to do like popcorn and you want to do tortillas and you want to do like a lot of the foods that we want to stay away from if you're on your weight loss journey. Okay, I explain all of that in my meal plan. Again, that is linked in the description below. But I wanted to show this aisle to you because they have a lot of different things here. They have sardines and they have, I don't see the beef, but usually they also have like a beef that's kind of like a shredded beef that you can make different things like tacos and like you can make like a shredded beef salad and stuff like that. But what I found here is just like the salmon, the tuna, the chicken breast. I feel like those are very easy options. You can literally use that to your advantage when you are meal prepping like your entire week. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. These are things that I usually buy when I am either meal prepping, I'm getting back on track, I am going back to basics. These are a lot of the foods that you will find in my fridge and in my pantry. So I hope it was helpful. If it was, guys, show me some love, hit that like button, and don't forget to share this video and share my channel with your friends and family, whether they're living a low carb lifestyle or maybe they're just trying to make healthier choices in their life. Things like this could be really, really helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.